Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quiet. That's enough. This is a podcast by my dad and my uncle. They talk a lot about music, like a lot. So please sit back and enjoy. I think they are going to start in about 14 seconds.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Bee Gees Broken Records. My name is Bob, and my wingman, who we like to sometimes call, just for fun, Bippity Bippity Bop, Gary.
Correct. Yep. I'm here, but today I like Bippity Bop.
All right, so I'm just going to refer to you the whole 30 minutes as Mr. Bop, okay?
Thank you.
So, Gary, tell me, you sent me a text real quick. Who is our supporter today?
Today, our local supporter is Point Alarm, located here in Grosse Pointe for all your alarm and fire needs. Call Gary at 313-410-8823. Hey, wait, that's me. Call me. I'll take care of you.
Actually, I've used those guys for 15 years or so. They're damn good. Okay.
They do a good job. Yep.
Thanks for supporting us, guys. Okay, so here we are. Gary and I did a dry run through of this episode a couple days ago. I had a problem with the SD card. It flamed out on me, so we're going to bang this one out again, and I think we're actually practiced, so I'm pretty excited for this one. Two things that I'd mentioned before is just old news. One real quick, the Helicopters are putting out a new album, love them to death. Got all their stuff on CD, unfortunately. And the other one was... Gare, and you knew this, I didn't know it. Rachel Nagy, the lead singer of Detroit Cobras, passed away in January, and that really just kind of bummed me out.
Very sad from a local, the Detroit local rock scene, I should say. They were a mainstay. They were a staple here.
They were strong. They dug so deep into the music archive to find songs nobody had never heard them before. Old R&B songs, and they made them their own. It was brilliant.
Yeah, and as we do, you know a little bit more about them than I do, but they were all covers, weren't they?
All covers. All covers.
Just they were strong. I never saw them, but heard so many great things. I've listened to them before and heard so many great things about them.
Yeah, they were just like Three Dog Night, all covers, but all good covers, real good covers. So I was sorry to hear that. Okay. Episode number 8. We have a listing of 50 songs that are on Spotify, which I took 50 albums from 2021, listed them out, put quote unquote the best song of each album in the playlist. Gary and I listened to all 50 songs, and then we wanted to kibitz about it. So as my son said, hey, Dad, let's see, what did he say? He said, hey, Dad, yeah, you're going to pigeonhole yourself. You got to be careful not to make everybody think that you are just stuck in the 60s and 70s, da-da-da-da-da. But I think what he actually said is, you're so weird. I can't remember. Maybe I heard it a different way than he did. But so that's why
However, it was a wise soul and very strong, good advice.
A wise soul and a tall soul. Okay, so we have 50 songs, and we are going to talk about the 10 that we like the most. We've got a list, and there are some dupes in here. Imagine that. Two guys who have been talking about music for 35 years actually like some of the same music. I find that odd.
Bizarre. Hello.
Oh, was that a little skiffle in there? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Gary, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm going to start out with Paul Weller, his 2021 release called Fat Pop. Very different from some of his previous solo albums, and we all know Paul Weller, to back up for a minute, who was part of the Jam, formed in 1972, but their debut album wasn't until 77. They broke up in 82. But Fat Pop is very interesting, and I've seen Paul Weller twice solo. Fantastic. I hope he comes around again.
Where'd you see him? Where'd you see him play?
I saw him play at Royal Oak Music Theater both times.
Both times. I saw him at St. Andrews. 700 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Great show.
Off this album, though, the tune Fat Pop, and it goes into Cosmic Fingers, very clubbish, fat bass, and you kind of go, okay, it's kind of like play the hits kind of thing. But when you get down to the tune called True, it is old school Weller, and that's where you'll get a little taste of the jam, in my opinion. Tune Fat Pop and Cosmic Fingers are good. They're kind of club tunes, this fat bass, P-H-A-T, fat bass. But True is a tune that'll get you back. But again, Paul Weller, Style Council, jam, everything the guy does, I'm a big fan of. I really don't think he can do anything wrong. And as I think Bob and I were talking offline, I kind of looked up, just curious what a guy like Paul Weller's worth. Only $10 million, which I found that kind of surprising. I didn't think he was a 300 million, but I thought he would have been worth a little bit more than 10.
Well, I thought he'd be worth more than Geldof, who's north of 200 million that we talked about in episode 1, I think it was. Yeah, Paul Weller, Fat Pop, great stuff. Almost all of his albums are great. Stanley Road was, I think, one of his best.
Stanley Road was fantastic.
Stanley Road was great. Okay, so I agreed with Gary on that, so I didn't list it myself. Why don't you just jump into number 2, 3, 4, da-da-da, we'll keep going.
Okay. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. It opens up with a tune called Quattro, Worlds Drift In. And the rest of the album is if you've listened to any Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, it's, it's mellow, obviously, but it's good. It's got kind of a funky, mysterious kind of beat. I was telling Bob I had the pleasure of seeing Alison Krauss solo, a warm-up for Willie Nelson. And she was unbelievable if you ever get a chance to see her. This album and the music that the two of them do together, it's just steady Eddie stuff. Nothing crazy, but just good. I'd almost want to say just good background music as you're doing the dishes. So
you don't even hear Alison Krauss on it, which is
really,
which is kind of surprising, but that's by the by.
If you get a chance again to see her live, she is really, really impressive.
Yeah.
They said it's just a good, solid album.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing great, just a nice Chevrolet.
Yeah, they're calling this one of the albums of the year, though. So, well, and I'm gonna slag off a couple of them, which we'll get there in a sec. Okay, you're number 3, Greta Van Fleet. I kind of agree with you on this one too.
I got to tell you, Josh Kiska, whose lead vocals, the guy's 25 years old. Amazing, amazing, amazing. If you want to go to church on this album, listen to Heat Above. It's the first tune. The keys are amazing. Broken Bells, just another heavy Greta song. It's got a little ring of Houses of the Holy, and I know we talked about it before. Oh, they sound just like Zeppelin. Yeah, great. Okay.
Who cares?
Right. What's the matter with that? And what a form of flattery. Again, that kid, 25 years old, they've got the world by the cojones.
Yeah, no, they I saw them live one time, 2,300 seats. They had the place going like nobody's business. Purple lights, the smoke, the capes, the whole 9 yards. The bass player with the long hair, like Animal from the Muppets, just going up and down. It was a great freaking show.
All right, let me get going a little faster here. Now, I do want to apologize for something that I had said to you before. So I'm on to Blackberry Smoke. You hear Georgia. These guys are great. Earlier, I'd said to you, Bob, offline, seems a little overproduced, this kind of thing. I was totally wrong. I went through and listened to most of this album. Charlie Starr, who basically does vocals and lead guitar, the guy is absolutely amazing. And when you guys get a chance, take a look at Charlie's main act. It is, they like to describe it, a battle-scarred 1956 Les Paul Jr. And Bob, you'll know, with original P90s.
Yeah.
So but you look at this guitar and it is beat to shit.
It's probably got what, a couple million miles on the dang thing. Charlie Starr, I think people love to be around him. He's kind of like Warren Haynes. I mean, the guy will play anywhere with anybody, super talented, writes, sings, does the whole 9 yards. My comment to you offline was, I listened to You Hear Georgia. I kind of heard the same song that I heard on Whippoorwill, but I love Whippoorwill.
I can't argue with you, but again, Blackberry Smoke, someone turns them on, you're not going to turn it off.
No, I'm with you. You know what? It's a roll down the window, go for a cruise, listen to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
As my partner Bob likes to say, it's just good straight up rock and roll.
Straight up rock and roll. 4/4, you can shake your booty.
Yep. And Charlie Starr, that boy's got some vocals.
That's right.
Now, here's my number 5, Big Train. Common Ground's the name of the album. Now, their lead, they've got a newer lead vocalist. His name is Alberto Braven. These guys are all over the board. When I listen to them, I'm getting some Billy Joel piano. I'm getting a little bit of sprinkle in a little Steely Dan, maybe a little REM. And then there's the tune called Black with Ink. Listen to this. You've got almost a little Peter Gabriel, but someone in that band loves Emerson, Lake and Palmer, because ELP is all over the tune Black with Ink. Listen to it.
ELP. Dude, so I was down in Miami at that F1 thing a week ago, and we're walking to get an Uber, and there's this bridge going between the parking lot and the hotel, and it says, "Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends." And then underneath it has the hash mark, and it says Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and I'm thinking, who got the write-off to put that shit up there?
How'd you like to be in that marketing meeting? Hey, you guys, I got an idea. And you throw it. Brilliant. Can we use it? Yes.
You know what? Let's use the Beatles. No, can't do that. We can't afford it. So let's use Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Oh yeah. There's only one guy alive still. That's cool.
Right. Yep. Already checked with the record company. $5. We can use it. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Big Train. I agree with you. It was a good tune. Your number 6 is the Purple Man.
Purple Man, Prince. We've talked about before. I saw him in 2004. I put him on here basically just because of that. I am a.
Where'd you see him again?
I saw him at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
Oh, that's right. You told me he took customers.
Working for CBS at the time, I had to take some clients. He's just solid. When you go back,
dude, he's a legend.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Not all of Prince is my cup of tea, but as we spoke, if you've ever gone online and looked at the vault, we're going to be hearing music from Prince like Jimi Hendrix for the next 40 years.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's okay. My number 6, Jerry Cantrell. The name of the album's Brighton. Tune, very blues-based. Prism of Doubt. It's good. He's good vocals. It's,
Is he doing the vocals?
I believe so.
I don't know.
Co-lead vocalist.
Well, you know, Meatloaf played on Ted's Free for All, so
I didn't know that.
Well, Meatloaf is a star.
Number 8, Stranglers, Dark Matters. Formed in 1974, one of the longest-lasting punk bands from the UK of that era. Had no idea. The tune Water, it's got some nice Devo-ish keyboards. But if you really want to go back to punk 2022, No Man's Land is a great song. Did you know about these cats, Stranglers?
I think I borrowed an album or two from Scott years and years ago. I know they're legends in theory. I think Dark Matters is a good tune.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it, but I'm not going out to buy a Stranglers album. Number 8. Let's talk about the band that was named after, I think, a hooker.
So you said it's Chuck Berry, Buck Cherry.
No. I think it's named after a hooker.
Name of the album, Hellbound. If you really want something to smack you in the face, the first tune, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. So Hot is good, but the tune that really grabbed me on this album, and again, it's straight up Buck Cherry. You've heard it before. As we spoke, Bob, Josh is the only original, but they're bringing it. And the tune called Gun is great. Great blues and great harp. blowing on that tune. But yeah, if you want something to just smack you in the face when you get out of bed in the morning, 54321. And my last on the list, War on Drugs. I don't live here anymore.
Great tune.
The tune called Living Proof is their opener. Great opener. Just feel good music. I was getting whiffs of a little Wilco, a little Golden Smog. It's just talk about you having a bad day, bad mood. Put on some War on Drugs, make you feel good.
Which the name of that band cracks me up. Well, let's call ourselves the Nancy Reagan War on Drugs.
All right, Bob, I'm throwing the football to you. Catch it. Here we go.
Well, I'm just going to look back at your top 10. So I was going to do Weller, couldn't do it because Garrett took it. I was going to do Jerry Cantrell, can't do it because Garrett did it, and War on Drugs, couldn't do it. So I went. Number one was I picked it, Alice Cooper. You know why? Because he's Alice Cooper. It's his 21st album. It's produced by Bob Ezrin. He's got Mark Farner from Grand Funk. He's got Wayne Kramer from the MC5, the last surviving member. He's got a couple of guys from his old band, Dunaway and Michael Bruce and Neil Smith on there. Look, the Coop's putting out an album in 2022.
He's still here.
He's still here, and he's still sober, and shit, I'd like to golf with the guy, and I don't like golfing.
God bless him.
Yeah, no kidding. My number two is a band called the Bison Family. It's called Riches. It's off the album Kick the Traces. This was actually ranked up there of these 50 albums that we're reviewing. Classic Rock put it up at number 14. It's Americana, but it's actually by a British band. I describe it as rollicking.
What?
Rollicking. Great vocals by this whoever's singing. I don't know the name of the person, but it's a great band. So obviously with Spotify, you can go find them and check them out. My number 3 is like Gare's number 10. I Don't Live Here Anymore. War on Drugs. My number 4. Yeah, I guess I did put him down. Brighton by Jerry Cantrell. And I mentioned to Gare before that I bought Facelift when it came out in 1990. No, it came out in 1990. I think I bought it in 91. I spun the shit out of that album. Love that album. And that was before, I think that was before Nirvana broke.
What year?
Well, it was 91. I know Nirvana was out in 91. Well, no, wait a minute.
Nirvana.
No, broke in 92, right?
Let's see. When did Cobain died? 94. Is that right?
Who?
Yeah, back it up a little bit. I want to say, Nevermind was 89.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have someone call in.
Well, we'll have to figure that one out. So my number 4, like I said, Jerry Cantrell, Brighton. Okay, Hero by Weezer is my number 5. Never owned a Weezer album when they originally came out. I've picked them up used over the years. The Blue album, the Green album, I think they're great. I did download a bunch of their stuff off of Napster because at the time it was free.
Napster, nice.
Well, you got to throw it out every now and then. You know, Weezer, it just reminds me of Fountains of Wayne. Just good, straight up pop
They're
music.
Funny. And they're good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My number 6, Wolf Alice. Delicious Things is the song. The album is Blue Weekend. It's the third album from this band. They're another British group. They're from the southern part of the country. They cover a little bit of grunge. They cover a little bit of punk. They do a little bit of indie. They wrote a song called Play the Greatest Hits, which I think is hilarious because everyone who goes to these shows in the summer at Pine Knob just play the greatest hits. That's all you want to hear. So these guys write a song called Play the Greatest Hits, and it gave them a number 1. I think that's freaking hilarious. They've been nominated for a bunch of awards. I think they got the Best Breakthrough Album or Best Breakthrough Band in 2015 and the Best British Group in 2018 and a bunch more. So the one that I like the best out of these 10 is this Wolf Alice band. I think they're pretty good. My number 7 was Greta Van Fleet. Sorry, I've got a little frog in the throat there. We've already talked about them, so we'll skip that stuff. My number 8 is a guy named Steven Wilson. He put out an album called The Future Bites.
I listened to a little bit of that.
It's a little dark. It's a little proggy. He was a founder of the band Porcupine Tree, which I really don't know anything about, but I know it's a prog band. Musician, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a record producer, he's a guitar player, They've won a bunch of awards. I've listened to the album all the way through, and I think it's great. There's a newspaper over in England that called him probably the most successful British artist you've never heard of. So, Stephen Wilson, The Future Bites. You can listen to the whole thing on Spotify. Give it a shout. My number 9, Manic Street Preachers. Album's called The Ultra Vivid Lament, and the song is called Still Snowing in Sapporo. These guys have been around the UK forever. They are still going strong, still popular. They're a Welsh quartet. Started in the 80s. They've got so many awards. You don't even want to sit there and try and list them out. Like a lot of bands like Primal Scream and all that, they started out in the punk vein, and then they went into the alternative. They get a little political on some of their songs, but it's like U2 and some of those guys. They got pretty political, and it worked for them. So, and since I don't know what the hell's going on in Welsh politics, it doesn't really affect me too much. So Manic Street Preachers have sold about 10 million albums worldwide. Give it a listen. Their biggest tune, I think, is Motorcycle Emptiness. It's a great tune. My number 10, Cheap Trick, just because they're Cheap Trick. I picked it. So Gare, when we ran through this thing on Friday, and I said I hadn't even heard the album, and I don't even own it, but I'm picking them anyway. Since then, I ran down to Ferndale and went to Found Sound Records, walked in. Oh, you'll love this. Walked in with a small stack of records. Hand them to the guy. I don't know where I got these from my brother. Barbra Streisand, Star is Born, Lionel Richie, right? These are all his ex-wife stuff. Atlantic Star, and a couple of these other things. One of them was Rappin' Rodney. Yeah, Rappin' Rodney.
Late for my train. I gotta go.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm recording somewhere new today, and I've got a little background noise, so I apologize in advance. Well, in retrospect, I apologize. I'm looking at the guy. I'm going to buy Alice Cooper's new album. I'm going to buy a Primal Scream album, and I'm going to buy a Cheap Trick. So I look at him. He goes, "I'll give you $25 for all this stuff." I said, "Okay." I said, "What about Rappin' Rodney?" He looked at me. You know what he said? He goes, "That's the jewel of the lot."
Now, here's the question. Did you actually ever put on Rappin' Rodney?
No, sir.
Oh, my God.
I would never listen to it.
What year?
Mid 80s.
Okay.
I think it was terrible.
He was on fire.
Oh, he wasn't. He was on fire. You got to do what you got to do.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So that was
That's my 10. Yep.
So here's what I think we should do, and I'll go first. The top 3 out of your top 10, and then the one album that you do not recommend for our listeners. So I'll go first with the top 3 that I think you should have. Of course, I'm going to start with my number 1, which is my number 1, Paul Weller. My number 2 is War on Drugs. And then I'm just going to throw in Blackberry Smoke just because it's solid rock. And then the one that I do not recommend, as I said earlier, it gave me a Billy Joel, Steely Dan, REM, Peter Gabriel. ELP was the only thing that good to come out of it, but Big Train. I also heard some Styx in there, and that's why I cannot recommend Big Train.
Okay, so I'm looking at this list, and who would I recommend? I think I'd just go check out Wolf Alice. The song was great. I think you'd really enjoy it. But I'm actually going to go a little different if you don't mind. Number 38 on this list, Dennis DeYoung from Styx. I got 4 seconds into it. I hit the skip button. I couldn't do it. Now, you know our buddy, Shauna, who went to see Cathedral?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a band called Gojira, and all I wrote above it was Cookie Monster. It is one of the heaviest, ugliest, meanest albums I've ever heard.
Is it like death metal or something? Or
it's got to be. Do not listen to it. Don't even type in GOR into Spotify because you're going to end up getting this. It's terrible.
Thank you.
And I'm flipping pages here, so bear with me a second. And the other one that I would not recommend at all is a guy named Aaron Jones. It's called Child of the State. Okay, I put the song on. Within 32 seconds, he dropped 2 F-bombs. Done. Sorry. Can't do it.
Hey, if you're not singing about love, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
You know,
Right.
you can do humor without swearing. You can do music without swearing.
100%.
That one.
Will Smith. Oops.
Yeah. Ow!
Rare.
Did you just hit me?
Yeah. Ow. Ooh. Without profanity, and we've talked about it too. Lenny Kravitz, he's had a whole career about singing about love.
Right. He's a lover.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So we're going to wind it up here. We appreciate your listening. Go check out our list on the playlist on Spotify. Give it a listen, and we will put up an email address on the description here if you want to send us any notes. Keep it nice, and don't swear because obviously we're not going to respond to that stuff. But that's by the by. We've had fun. We've had a couple of giggles, and sorry for the noise in the background on my end, but that's just the way it is. Gare?
All good. So thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you again on the podcast soon.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
See you.